watch, Joey.
It's not. I warned you.
As long as we never have to watch it again, I'm fine.
Don't
I had the experience of watching it, and now that that's happened, I don't hate you for it, Joey, because eventually I was going to have to watch it out of morbid curiosity anyways.
This is one of those movies where I hoped that it was better than what I remember, because I watched this probably.
You watched it when it came out, don't lie.
2005. No, so okay. I got a couple of memories of when it was in theaters, but I didn't watch it in theaters. My dad had a burnt copy, and I was over there burning a DVD for something.
All the copies of it should have been burnt. I agree.
Yeah,
that's why. Yeah. So
the best way that I could think to describe this movie is a movie that was trying to make the female gaze, but through the male gaze of a dude who doesn't know what a chick has ever liked or wanted or been.
This is 100% a movie made by a man who's never felt a boob in his life.
Exactly. Even Catwoman's fully covered left tit.
Yeah. Absolutely ridiculous.
Because she only has one name. His name is Pitof.
Already he's fucking explaining a lot.
Yep.
Is he French?
I'm looking at that right now.
But seriously, he made this movie based on the female gaze from every movie that was ever made by men from like 1960 to like 1980.
Lesbian porn. That's literally what he watched as like reference for this.
But only lesbian porn that was directed by a man.
Yeah, not good stuff.
No, actually, if you get the good stuff, it's actually like
it is a lot different.
I mean, not that I know anything about that, but I only watch lesbian porn.
As long as you consume it ethically, that's all that matters.
Exactly. You sit in their basement, you film it. Oh, wait. I mean, what?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and squirrels, welcome to another episode of Rundown Reviews. I, of course, am the guy who has been absolutely defeated and has genuinely questioned friendship with Joe Janero. I'm Chuck.
Wait. What do you mean genuinely questioned it at this point in time? I'm pretty sure this is like the third Fallout.
So, by the way, we watched Catwoman, the 2004 Halle Berry movie Catwoman. We haven't actually said that yet.
Oh, yeah, I guess we haven't.
Well, I started this whatever day that I messaged you guys of just like, what the fuck is this?
It was like 2 weeks ago. Like, you watched this a full week before the rest of us.
No,
I watched it first.
Ron watched it first. I watched it like 2 days before. Yeah, Ron watched it
you
before.
Watched it the other day.
Yeah, because I tried to give you enough of a warning.
I watched it and I started it, I think like 2 days before we were going to record. And then I was at work and I had like little to nothing to do, but I was by myself. I can actually talk about this because I don't work for them anymore. So I didn't give a fuck, right? I'm just like, I'm already one foot out the door with this place. And I'm just like, fuck it. There's literally nobody here. I have to finish this movie, and it's already probably the most offensive thing I've watched yet for this show. And yes, I'm including Steel in that. And I was just like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna finish this here. And it's so badly ruined the rest of my shift trying to finish it there that I took my aggressions out on some coworkers who did not deserve it.
Oh no.
Because of how this fucking movie made me feel. It not only is just blatantly offensive to most human intelligence, but it progressively gets worse. Like this movie progressively got worse and just stupider. That's the only way I can describe it.
Well, see, you gotta wait for the what's that guy's name? Pitoff. You gotta wait for the Pitoff cut, because like all DC movies, it has to be a specific cut to make it any good.
No, there's nothing making this one good.
And that is coming from Mr. DC himself.
According to the IMDb, when screenings were being shown, people hated it so much that they actually went back and refilmed a lot of it, and it still was hot garbage.
How? where is the disconnect with like actors and directors and producers who are looking at this, editors, whatever, and they're thinking that this was appropriate to still let go as a movie?
No idea, because this has no connection to Catwoman from the comics, or even Catwoman from any sort of medium before, like Batman 66 or even Batman Returns. Although there is a picture of Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman in this movie when Ophelia throws all the pictures at patients. Like, apparently she's in there, which really kind of sad that happened.
Who is in there?
Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman.
Oh.
Because there is literally no connection whatsoever to any other Catwoman / Batman material to date. And why they thought this movie was gonna get them money, no idea. No idea.
So this came out in 2004?
Yes.
So this was after Halle Berry was a Bond girl.
Yeah, because that was like 2000.
Yeah, this was after she was Storm. I mean,
this was 2002.
Plus, I think this was also after she won an Emmy for Monsters Ball, which was
2002 as well. I just looked it up.
So yeah, like she's on the rise, and she's a great actress. Like, I do legitimately like her acting. Why they thought this movie was good, I don't.
But explain to me this: how did Sharon Stone end up being hotter than Halle Berry in this movie? Sharon Stone was the old lady that was.
That was Sharon Stone. No, it fucking wasn't.
The lady that was running the company that was the actual bad guy.
Could not make that look like Sharon Stone in a million years if I wanted to. Everybody has a Karen haircut at this point too, because like that's the era that we're in.
Well, that's what I don't understand. Also, Halle Berry had really cute hair at the beginning of this movie, and then she decided to chop it all off for like the pixie cutted and then like not only did she cut her hair, but then Catwoman's got the exact same hair as her, but it takes the detective fucking long to figure out who she is.
I've got written down that Lone is a terrible detective twice. Actually, I should have had it 3 times, but like twice in particular, because he sees a picture of Catwoman, doesn't put it together that it's Patience in the beginning, and then when he actually meets up with her, doesn't put it together again because he's like super close.
Well, see, that's because when he met Catwoman, she put her butthole in his face. And Patience hadn't yet put her butthole in his face, so he couldn't actually figure out which one was which.
Oh, I also have written down there at the very end when he's got her in the interrogation room, and he's just like, "There's scratch marks on the victim, and you were holding the gun. Scratch marks that could be made by literally anything, and a gun that does not have her fingerprints on it. All right, cool, good detective work. Good job."
ACAB, dude.
But I do. So there are 2 distinctive memories I have of this movie before it came out. Well, in 2004. One was the Wizard magazine when they promoted this movie, and you saw the costume for the first time, and I'm just like, that doesn't.
The costume's terrible.
As hot as
the first costume
and what they're trying to do. First costume was way better.
The costume that she had that was just her leather outfit.
Yeah, way
fucking
better.
Phenomenal. Like, they should have kept that.
So that first costume appearance, I remember that distinctively, and I was like, this is not great. The second thing I remember, I went to go see, I don't remember what movie, but it was at Coventry 13 back when.
Oh wow, so it's been a while.
And I go to the bathroom, and then I pop my head into the Catwoman theater. And it's in the middle of that basketball game. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on here? And I literally.
Oh, you mean when they were sexualizing each other in front of a bunch of kids?
Right. What the fuck was up with that?
Yeah.
Anyway, Chuck's going to say something there.
Okay. So a few things. First off, I understand what they were trying to do with the costume. They were trying to exploit the sexuality of the character. It was like they watched Batman Returns and they were just like, what's really working for us? Only the sexuality of this movie and nothing else about Catwoman, which go check the archives of when we reviewed that. I also didn't like Selena Kyle and that version of her in this movie.
Michelle Pfeiffer was
objectively a better Catwoman in comparison.
Yes,
but also her story of becoming Catwoman
was way better.
Was definitely better.
Yeah, she didn't get licked by a radioactive cat or whatever, like that happens in this fucking one, and she becomes an avatar.
I think she fell into a vat of cats.
Like the cat like imbues its soul into her or something after she died, or something like that. I don't know.
So she's a zombie.
Yeah, basically.
So the cop is a zombie fucker.
Look, necrophiliac is the real thing, man.
Yeah, real
it
bad
needs to be
thing.
recognized more, is what Joe is saying.
He
wants to feel recognized.
That's because you killed him, Chuck.
Yeah.
Joey's a corpse, so therefore anybody that bangs him is a necrophiliac.
Exactly.
Accurate. Secondly,
okay.
I did a little Yahoo search because that's for some reason
Yahoo.
I'm looking at the list of movies that Halle Berry has been in because I was trying to put a timeline together here of when her career fell off. The last movie that they have listed before this is Gothica in 2003.
That movie was fine. Like, it wasn't terrible.
It also wasn't a decline.
Great. Yeah.
Die Another Day is in 2002. Monsters Ball is in 2002. Okay. Apparently some Spanish Spider-Man movie. De Superman a Spider-Man. Once Upon a Time, the Superheroes. I have no idea what that is. Anyway, that was 2001. So Gothica in 2003. There is no entry of this movie existing in her filmography, like list.
Or Catwoman.
Catwoman does not exist in this at all. Nothing for 2004. The next movie that they have listed in 2005, Limp Bizkit's Greatest Videos. Because she's in one of the music videos for Limp Bizkit.
Well, because she's in the when he does the cover music video, I believe. No, that's Stained.
She's Behind Blue Eyes cover that Fred Durst does. It isn't even actually. Yeah, it's just Fred Durst. It's not technically Limp Bizkit.
I thought that was a Stained song, but okay, I got you.
No, because the whole video is just him making out with Halle Berry. They literally did it so he could make out with Halle Berry. That's why it's a whole thing. Anyway, this movie doesn't even exist according to Yahoo. This is not even in the list of her movies.
Because on IMDb,
should probably ask for them to delete it out of there.
I wouldn't be surprised.
So they also don't have. Well, okay.
It shows up as the first movie in Google search.
IMDb, X-Men's in 2000, Swordfish in 2001, Monsters Ball in 2001. She was on an episode of the Bernie Mac Show. Die Another Day in 2002, X2 in 2003, Gothica in 2003, then the Limp Bizkit music video, then the Catwoman, and then Their Eyes Were Watching God, a TV movie in 2005. Robots.
Yeah, probably it's all because that's all she could book after this.
Well, no, because then she had Robots, which was successful, that animated movie. X-Men Last Stand, which sucked. Perfect Strangers. Let's see here.
Weirdly enough, a lot of X-Men Last Stand is not listed here. X2 is not listed here, so obviously they don't know what thing is not doing.
I mean, she was in Kingsman, she was in John Wick 3. Moonfall. Yeah,
I don't remember her in John Wick 3. Why don't I remember her in John Wick 3?
She's the one he goes to with the dogs. Her role. The sad thing is again, I like Halle Berry as an actress. Her role in John Wick 3 could easily have gone to anybody else. Like, her role didn't matter whatsoever. That could have been just generic female character, and it would have been fine.
Oh, yeah, Their Eyes Were Watching God. And then she's apparently in Robots in 2005.
That's what I said.
That's what Joey said.
Yeah, I don't remember her being in Robots either. I remember
she was a voice actress. She was the main female.
Oh, I thought they just put her actually in a Robots universe. No, you fucking idiot. Yeah, I realized that. What I don't remember them advertising that she was a part of that movie.
Gotcha.
Oh, probably not, because that was after this movie and they didn't want it.
Yeah, because if you keep going, like Cloud Atlas, movie 43, which I think a ton of people were in that one. Like, there's not a ton of.
I forgot she was in the Kingsman movie.
Oh, yeah, I actually enjoyed the Kingsman. We will watch those at some point in the future because they're comic movies.
literally nothing. Like, she has a progression of terrible movies because she does Catwoman, and it's the fucking worst thing ever.
Well,
Then she
it
does.
sounds like after Monsters Ball, it just kind of like Monsters Ball was her peak, and she's just been kind of
I
sliding
don't know
down.
if that's entirely true because she does come back. Like, Kidnap, I remember being like a huge movie.
Apparently, she's going to be in Deadpool 3. Does that mean we're going to see Storm in Deadpool 3?
Yeah, we're probably going to see Storm in Deadpool 3. She's in Moonfall.
Which I never saw Moonfall.
Never heard of it.
It's the moon is colliding into Earth. That's the whole fucking premise.
It's like the trailer looks fun. The movie itself, I think, was just like meh. But I've never seen it, so I can't really comment on that one. But yeah, like I said, John Wick, she didn't really need it. I mean, I guess Kingsman: The Golden Circle was good. I really enjoyed that movie. So her and that was fun. But yeah, like
who'd she play in the Flintstones?
She was the secretary, if I remember correctly.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, okay.
Which is before this movie.
Right. I'm just scrolling. But I think, like, my point is, like, this, one would argue this kind of ruined her career.
This was definitely not her best option.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, yeah, she still can fall back to X-Men. Like, she did X2 and X3, and I think Days of Future Past for the couple scenes she was in there. But like this, when you're typecast as that, and I know X3, she had a bigger role because she wanted more money and she wanted a bigger role, and it just kind of failed. I mean, X3 was just Last Stand was just a bad movie altogether, but definitely not her worst. We just watched her worst.
Yeah, this is arguably her.
I really hope
her
so.
Worst movie. I would argue this is one of the worst movies ever made.
Yeah,
like,
I've been touting that flag forever. Like this has always been my worst comic book movie I've ever seen. And we've had looking at the list, we've had some bad ones. We've had some terrible ones. I honestly think this will be at the very bottom. And we'll get there at the end of the movie or end of our review. But
I think the biggest takeaway of it is like it's a terrible movie because the dialogue, like, it's all around a terrible movie, right?
The writing sucks,
dude. Everything. The intro was boring as fuck.
Well, and also because at the same time you got that intro, and then when Patience is looking up stuff online, you got all that shit again. So why was the intro needed?
Exactly.
There was a scene when she hears about all the stuff going on and she's running away, where literally you stayed on a shot for like a second and a half, and it was boom, and then boom, and then boom, and then boom. It's like, what the fuck is going on?
I have that in here. The fucking terrible fight scenes where like it's just like they couldn't film a fight scene or they couldn't have them choreograph it, so they just had to keep throwing in different angles of it.
Yeah.
It was fucking terrible. And every fight scene in here was like that.
Not even the fight scenes. The basketball scene as well.
That's true. Also, I'm pretty sure they stole the basketball thing from Teen Wolf with Michael J. Fox.
I thought you were going to say Twilight, but Twilight came later.
No.
Because Twilight had that baseball scene just thrown in there for no damn reason.
I think that there needs to be a new rule that is, if your CG does not look real, you need to design costumes that your actors and actresses can fucking walk in, so it doesn't look ridiculous that they are struggling to just operate and act in their outfit, and then they're having the most ridiculous over-the-top fight scenes, and then it cuts back to them stumbling over themselves through the rest of the scene.
But see, dude, that's the thing. Most of the time where she's walking and stuff in the Catwoman costume is CGI'd.
Yeah, I didn't understand it. I don't understand why you would need to CGI her walking like
because they had to give her like this full like cat look where she's like
end,
like where she's swaying back and forth. Terrible. It was so fucking stupid.
It doesn't make any sense.
I will give the CGI one prop, which is where it got 0.5 from me. That's really all I gave it. Is when they transitioned from, similar to Blade, when they transitioned from CGI to person, that looked good. Like that transition I thought was good.
But you also weren't paying attention to the movie.
Huh?
I said, but you apparently weren't paying attention to the movie because I thought it all sucked.
No. The rest of CGI sucked. but I was paying attention to the like she would jump down and then stand up, and it would be like jump down CGI and standing up morphing into her. Like I thought that transition was fairly good, but the rest of it was just terrible. Like all the CGI when she's in that tunnel and the water comes blowing her out. That was
you mean when the random security guard knew how to operate the entire sewage system for this facility?
Well, it's just that keypad right there.
Because a random security guard is going to know how that works.
Well, just in case they got to kill somebody, I guess.
So it looks terrible. The acting is
atrocious.
Atrocious. I will say that Miss Swan, though, every woman is just like, again,
Lois
this is
Griffin.
just the male gaze written as if it was a woman. Like, this is misogyny in a movie because every woman in this movie is just fucking horny for no reason the entire time. That's all they care about. And it's just like, what are we doing here? Why is this happening? Only the men can think about literally anything else because they can't seem to.
Her one coworker, he was pretty horny for Tom Lone as well, the detective, when he came in.
That doesn't help the case, though.
It doesn't.
Relatively speaking, like,
yeah.
Oh, cool.
Because
so
obviously the gay
characters, like that's literally what we're saying. Is like it just leans into the stereotype of only gay men are always horny too.
Sure.
That's like ridiculous and bullshit. Only straight white men are not horny, I guess, even though they are. Everybody's horny in this movie for no reason. Everybody is just sexually charged for no reason.
Well, that's because when she got her special Catwoman powers, it was telescopic vision and fashion, I guess.
Horniness. It was horniness. That was so fucking stupid.
So was there a thing where they were just like, we want to try to did they write a different movie and then Warner Brothers was like, just slap the Catwoman title on this and change some stuff?
Not to my knowledge. My
because
knowledge
I cannot figure out why anybody wrote this and Warner Brothers was just like, yeah, we'll just let this happen because who cares? Do the comics change? Do they retcon anything in the comics from this movie?
No.
Okay, so I don't get where they're going. Why it happened?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, considering what we had,
Precious is not a character from the Catwoman universe, right? Like it wasn't like there wasn't like a time where somebody else was
not Precious. Patience.
Or Patience. Patience didn't become a person, right?
Nope.
Okay.
This is literally everything in this movie is contained to this movie.
Good, and it should die with it.
So Sharon Stone's character never existed. Who I kind of took was like the female version of Clayface.
But she did not. Laurel,
I can't be hurt. Her.
Yeah, that whole like, I'm using this foundation or whatever the hell, this cream, and the more you use it, the harder my skin is. But if I stop using it, I'm gonna die.
But it makes it makes my skin like marble. Motherfucker, marble chips too. That doesn't make any fucking
easy.
Sense. Yeah,
not gonna lie.
That didn't make any sense. Steel. I don't know, literally any other rock.
A diamond, whatever.
Like, what are you talking about? Oh,
I mean, yeah.
I just like the dialogue terrible, the action terrible. I mean, do we want to talk about the story?
What story?
Do we want to talk about?
Thank you.
Do we want to talk about the very beginning where everybody wore the same outfit for 2 days in a row?
Yep.
Which
that's the thing. I bet you they actually realistically saved it. I don't know, with all this CG, who knows? But I would think that they tried to save as much money as possible by shooting as many scenes as they could in a day.
Actually, that one was an editing mistake. It was supposed to start with her trying to save the cat out that window with Detective Lone stopping, and then her running into work, being late for work. But instead, we got her running late into work, coming home next day, saving the cat, and then going back into work with wearing the same outfit. So right from the get-go, it was just bad.
So I have a list of her superpowers that she got from being from making out with a cat. Yeah. So she got telescopic vision, for one scene.
Yeah.
She got fashion power. She got whip power and haircut power. Did I miss anything?
She's now nimble like a cat, and let's see here.
She could climb on stuff.
Yeah.
She knew how to use claws all of a sudden. She knew how to open hand palm slap. So she developed like kung fu skill, right? Like she developed martial arts abilities all of a sudden.
Yeah, I know kung fu.
Yeah.
Show me.
Mm-hmm. What?
The dialogue was perfectly horrible.
That was yes.
Yeah, the amount of cat puns,
dude.
like not
the
even
amount
clever.
of the amount of inability that Halle Berry has to roll an R was god awful. Perfectly horrible.
Speaking of cat puns, I have a catfish saved her because she drowned, and then the midnight, I guess the cat is like the CGI midnight because that was definitely not an actual cat right there.
Oh, 100%.
Like
the size of the cat changes.
the whole entire movie. Like meows, and I'm just saying a catfish in the water saved her because cats.
Seems legit.
But there actually was
it makes about as much logic as any rest of this fucking movie.
There actually was like 40 some cats on set. Like a lot of those cats were real, and Midnight was real for some of the
sometimes
movies, not there when she drowned, I guess.
Also, when she bought the cupcakes as an apology, they would have tagged her right then, because the place that she bought the cupcakes from obviously was a small shop because they were, like the little handmade cupcakes, whatever.
Yeah.
Would have been able to recognize her, would have been able to track the payment she'd made, because she wasn't the kind to carry cash around with her.
Probably not. She's a fashion
terrible
detective.
2004, maybe.
Also, I thought he would have recognized the sorry immediately because it was on the cup that she gave him.
Okay, so that part right there,
that one guy
where he's like analyzing it's two different people.
Oh, it's got to be two different people, because the first one seems like an insecure person, while the second one seems like they're horny for your dick.
That's literally not a thing that they can figure out from handwriting. That's the stupidest fucking thing.
That you can figure out a lot from handwriting.
Yeah, but not
what this guy was saying.
Yeah, not anything that dude was saying.
This the O means she's insecure and she doesn't get out much.
You see how she shaped the L like a dick? That means she's horny.
The other thing I don't understand about this, so there's this overarching story of that Patience and Catwoman are two separate brained identities in her brain.
Yes.
Right?
Split personality, yeah.
Right, like a split personality thing, right? Just two separately functioning things, like alter ego almost. Like she doesn't have any idea of what's going on when she's like transformed into Catwoman or whatever.
Sure.
But then she's kind of playing off like this is just to try to cover my ass for not getting in trouble or whatever. And then the cops finally like, wink, wink. I get you now. Everything's going to be fine. I'm going to protect you. And then she's just like, no, we're the same person. And it doesn't make any fucking sense. Why? 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 Why can't you just stick with something? What are we doing here, man?
What we're doing here is we need to get on the internet and be like, we need the whatever cut of the Catwoman movie.
No, we don't. We do not.
If it meant that I'd get like boobs, like actual boobs again, deal.
Nah.
I'll rewatch this movie because I want a longer shot than what I get in Swordfish.
I mean, you could probably
I want to see Sharon Stone's boobies. You
could probably directly get a hold of both Sharon Stone and Halle Berry and just ask.
Yeah,
Do I want to see those into 2023?
Why not?
Do they have cameo?
I
may be interested. Holly Berry, I know you're listening because you're not doing anything else with your career, apparently.
Yeah.
If you could hit me up, slide in my DMs.
Woo!
Listen to the end of the show where you can find me. Okay.
Kick right in the dick. Kicked in the dick.
Yeah, kicked. No Ian.
With no D or no Ian.
No Ian Dick.
Oh God.
No Ian Dick.
No Ian Dick. There's no Ian Dick. I don't know what to tell you.
I'm trying to find...
I mean, is it even worth actually going through like parts?
Oh, I mean, I've been avoiding it as much as possible.
Like, I don't even like
because there really is. There's nothing here. There's the movie. There's no plot. There's nothing.
No, not at all. Like
I
watched it. Go ahead.
The part where Sharon Stone is like putting the cream on, right? She's like sitting and the like housekeeper comes in or whatever. I immediately was like, oh, because she's like smearing it on her throat, like only on her throat.
Fucking thick.
It's so
That's
heavy and thick. And I'm just like, oh, she's just trying to be throat goat. Okay. Like she's just trying to strengthen up that throat. I guess I don't understand why they're just smearing it on.
So her throat game's really strong because it'll be like marble.
Yeah, she's like Nancy Reagan at this point. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing you can do.
Throwback.
About it. Yeah, shout out to Leo. Shout out. I don't know. There's like this movie is so atrocious that there's no way to talk about it scene for scene.
So I'm trying
to have
to find...
it not just be us being like, what the fuck are they doing?
Well, it was just whatever. While I was looking on IMDb, there was a review that was on here that was like stupid. Here it is. Found it. It's like so long, and this guy like breaks down everything. So I'm gonna go ahead and read it because it's awesome and it deserves to be read.
All right.
This is from Expire Media. He put this on IMDb after he saw the movie in 2004. He gave it 1 star only because he couldn't. There is no half star. Crap in its purest form. Directing 0 out of 10. Writing 0 out of 10. Cinematography 0.5 out of 10. Editing 1 out of 10. Acting 0.5 out of 10. Overall satisfaction 0 out of 10. One word is brought to mind when I'm thinking back to my viewing of Catwoman. Crap. It might be inspired by my estimation of the film's display of only 12 minutes of living, breathing actors, which I will get into more below. Or it could possibly be inspired by the many errors that there wasn't even an attempt to cover, i.e., Patience becoming Catwoman after wandering into a restricted area. How did she get into the restricted area, you ask? By walking through a door marked restricted area in bold, red text, which was simply unlocked and didn't even have a significant locking device on it. You know, I might have also hated the movie, not worthy of the word film, because of the pointless, undeveloped storyline. And really, it's not possible to look beyond and distinguishingly audacious style of one named director, Pitoff, which can only be described as the style of a headless chicken running through a maze of landmines. Oh yes, said headless chicken is also being chased by angry native wielding machetes. That's just the beginning. I got a lot more. You guys want to comment on any of that first?
He's not wrong.
I mean, so my very last note.
Right, cool,
I mean, we haven't covered all of this, but my very last note just says "do not recommend."
Yeah, no, it's definitely not recommend.
I think that's what I hate about it. Is like I wanted to go into this hoping that I was wrong, like League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Right. I was just hoping that like maybe people were overreacting to how bad it was. And because I mean that happens, you know, but like, and I was like, well, maybe there's like some kind of glimmer of like if you don't think about it as like a Catwoman movie, or if you don't think about it as, you know, like an actual like superhero movie, maybe there's something more there, but there's nothing there. There's not any plot. There's not any actual acting skill. There's not any good writing, which also probably is why the acting is so terrible. But there's nothing.
No, it was
there literally like there isn't. There's nothing. You could take the name Catwoman off of this, and
there's not even anything hot about this movie. Because like, okay, don't get me wrong, Sharon Stone looks good in parts of the movie. Halle Berry looks good in parts of the movie, but for the most part, it is over the top, gratuitously sexualized, and it doesn't make it attractive anymore.
100%.
I need you all to really understand something right now. Ron is no longer thinking with his penis. That is huge. We are
Why?
fucked.
Thank you.
Like this movie.
Oh, you meant not thinking with it. My bad.
Like if Ron hates a movie and he can't still like it due to his penis, we are like, this movie is bad.
Yeah.
Well, even the replacement model that they had for Sharon Stone, like the new face of whatever the company was called, wasn't even that good looking.
She was not that hot.
It was like, oh, you dress a 12-year-old up. Thanks, dude.
I mean, Sharon Stone did make the joke of make sure she's legal to drink for the party, and yeah, that's actually
that's accurate. And so I didn't understand. Was he banging her? Was
yeah,
that like the whole thing? Okay. I
also I hate that dude's face. I don't know what the actor's name is, but the dude that played the rich guy, I hate his face. He's one of those. He's one of the 5 people that I would just fight on sight just because I hate their face.
I like him. I know he's been in a ton of stuff. Lambert Wilson is his name.
He's got 2 last names.
He's one of those that you kick his ass because he's that much of a douchebag. But he's been in a few good movies.
Oh, he was in The Matrix.
He was in Matrix 2 and 3. Yeah,
that was the first place I wanted to punch his face. Actually, that's where I remember thinking, I just want to punch this dude in the face. It's just like Greg Kinnear. Every time I see him, I want to punch him in the face.
That's fair. So allegedly,
I've literally never seen any movie that he's ever been in.
You've never seen the Matrix movies, like the Reloaded?
Not collectively. I've watched them in parts enough, and I've had friends who were so obsessed with it that I know it. I know the Matrix, but I've never sat down and watched them start to finish through.
So the best part of his scenes in the Matrix are Monica Bellucci, whatever, the hot brunette, the Italian lady.
Yeah.
That's the best parts of his whole scenes in there. And that just might be, me thinking with my dick again, but
hey, we got him back.
He's back. Right.
So allegedly, Julie Newmar, who was the original Catwoman from 1966, Batman 1966, was offered the role of Ophelia. Thank God.
She was like, haha, fuck you.
I think so. I hope so, because I've been really sad if she was.
She was looking at me, she's like, I'm sorry, but I have respect for this,
character. They do try to pay homage to it, because the first outfit she wears is kind of in the style of the 66 Batman with just the eyepiece, just the eye mask, and it was a little bit looser fitting of a costume,
it was
full length,
outfit.
it was sleeves.
It was a leather jacket and leather pants.
Yeah, but it was it had a collar on it, and it did look very similar to the 66 Batman.
Okay.
Costume. At least that was the impression that I got when I she even had a gold belt, I think, or something. Okay, cool. So you're trying to pay homage to the Batman character. Why is none of the rest of this fucking movie that?
Right. Because they never say it's Gotham City, thank God.
Correct.
They never actually give a city. Because I know Catwoman in the comics obviously came in Gotham.
I'm sure she came in Gotham quite a few times.
I think a few times, thanks to Bruce
Except
Wayne.
for the fact that Batman doesn't go down.
That's not true. They just edited it out.
But she moved to some other city a few different times. So I'm just happy.
It was Felinopolis or something, because that's how fucking DC names their cities. Meowtropolis.
It's canon.
It's canon.
The
prison scene. The fucking where she's in the jail and the cat fits through the bars, and then she's just like, oh, you've given me this great idea to fit through the bar. No jail cell is like that. No jail cell is made capable enough for another person to get through it. That's the whole fucking point. But she's got cat powers. She's a cat now, so she can shrink her body.
Her bones.
The only thing that was good about that is we got CG jiggly boob.
Also, so when she goes to see Ophelia mentions, midnight tested you. You had one test. The one test was to go out and save the cat. Which, why are you going to save this random cat?
Because her heart was in the right place. Because she didn't care if she died or not. Because she hated her
she
life.
literally could not give a shit if she died. She was a millennial. You know what I mean? Like, she just didn't give a fuck. She just wanted to fucking end it all. And gave more shits about that cat than she did in her own life.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I also have written down that never trust a street fair Ferris wheel.
That didn't make any. That's the whole. I didn't understand what was the worker a bad guy trying to kill her?
No. Like the Ferris wheel.
It just had a
because they tear it down and put it back up within 15 minutes every other weekend. And so
he was cranking on it like he was perfect, like he was the villain.
I think he was trying to fix it.
But
no, I refuse to believe that.
It definitely wasn't. But like he had no idea what he was doing, so he's like trying to like put it back, push it forward, start it, whatever. And then the gears are just like wobbling and breaking, and then of course Lone is just like, I got this. I'm at the very top, but I got this. So he climbs down. I don't know. But then obviously the one kid is also being stupid and almost falls out, and Lone is conveniently looking away as she Catwoman powers from the very top to the the corner.
Yeah, and apparently everybody else watching this whole thing happen.
It's totally fine. Also, there's the fair would have been closed down after that Ferris wheel broke down like that, but nope, gonna keep it going.
Got to make that money, dude.
Carney's got to make their money.
You don't fuck with a carny, trust me.
No, you don't.
Shout out to
last little bit of info from IMDb. Though a box office bomb upon release, shocker, the film still held the distinction of being the highest grossing female-led superhero film of all time for 13 years until it was dethroned by Wonder Woman in 2017.
Wait, was there another female movie?
Elektra.
There was Elektra. I mean,
Elektra made less money than this?
Apparently.
Yeah, nobody saw Elektra because nobody gave a shit.
I went out in theaters and watched Elektra because I thought fucking Jennifer Gardner was...
Sure,
yeah. But like, I don't think... Here's the thing, though. We're talking 2004 Halle Berry. She had just been a Bond girl. You know what I mean? Like, she was at the height of her career.
Exactly. 100%.
People were going to go... Like, girls were going to go... Women were going to go see this movie because it was Halle Berry as Catwoman. They wanted to feel empowered. Nobody was giving a shit by the time Elektra came out about Jennifer Gardner. Except for Ron and his penis.
I can't remember if I saw that one, and we'll get to it when we get to Elektra here soon-ish. I can't remember if I saw Elektra in theaters or not. I know I saw
I've still never seen it.
Apparently there's two versions. There is a director's cut somewhere.
Of course there is.
So I don't know if I'll
it's not a DC movie.
I won't make you guys watch both of them. I've got one copy myself. So it will just depend on what we find online. So I don't know.
Yeah, I think Jess has my copy of Elektra.
Do we want to talk about
the
kids watching adults pseudo fuck on the court?
Not really.
Okay.
I mean, it was wildly inappropriate.
Yeah, I think we already brought that up a little bit.
You brought it up.
So
it was wildly inappropriate.
Insanely
even for 2004. Wildly inappropriate.
Dude, look, like, I mean, I have been told that, like, I say inappropriate things around my kids and stuff, and probably other people's kids, but even I wouldn't do the kind of weird shit that they were doing on that basketball court in front of kids.
Yeah.
Not only that, those kids would have fucking roasted them. Like, that's the other super. They're all like cheering them on. No, kids wouldn't cheer them on. They would be roasting them about how terrible they are. This is it's so bad. It's clearly written by a man who thinks that kids, like boys, specifically boys, because that's what was in that group for the most part.
Majority. Yeah.
Think that older men trying to bang hot girls, like it's the Andrew Tate theory, right? Like Andrew Tate goes after young kids to try to brainwash them into thinking that he's cool.
Yeah.
That's literally what this was.
Yeah.
God damn it, Joey. Why did you make me watch this?
He's a douchebag. Don't worry about him.
Yeah. I'll send you stuff about him. Hold on.
Oh wait, is that the alpha male dude?
Yeah, the bald
Yeah.
dude who got busted for
Just-
sex trafficking.
Yeah, he just
The
got
guy
let
had like
go,
no
too.
chin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's bald.
Okay,
He had a
I know who you're talking
podcast.
about.
Yeah.
Let's see here. What
He
else
garnered
we
a
got?
following by going into Minecraft Twitches and trying to recruit people. Like recruit like little kids.
Wow.
Yep.
The only other thing here that can talk about the catnip scene where Ophelia shoves catnip in her face.
Fucking
And then she
stupid.
gets high.
The fact that she eats everything like a cat, even though she's not supposed to be
Not even
Catwoman.
eats, just does a cat thing. Like when she breaks into her own apartment, which I thought was not her apartment, but apparently it was. I don't know. She sleeps on the shelf like a cat. And then when she's
Eats
talking
Cans
to
of cat food or whatever. Or
yeah, eats all the
maybe
tuna,
Yeah.
all that tuna, and she's talking to Lois Griffin, and then just starts walking on the counters like a cat and like standing like a cat. Like, also, what the hell is up with that with Sally, Lois Griffin, or Mrs. What's her name on that TV?
Miss Swan.
Thank you. Just sitting at the receptionist desk like it's no big deal. What the fuck's up with that? I'm pretty sure a hospital would not allow that, especially in 2004.
Nah, they were hired
Yeah,
actors.
I mean,
They
this
can do
was
whatever they want.
3 years after 9/11. Like everybody was on high and awareness. Nobody was allowed to do anything. Like,
Exactly.
this was like peak war on terrorism. So
Mhm. But you know, she could sexualize her doctor, and then
she could
Get-
literally
gets him at the very
sexually
end? Like,
assault.
what the
She
fuck
was
was that?
she was sexual harassment / borderline sexually assaulting people.
yeah, yeah,
Every
and
guy that
grooming,
walked
because she
past her.
definitely groomed her doctor by the end of that. That was
Yeah.
fucking weird.
100%.
But it's okay, you know, because she's empowered. She feels empowered. You know, she's a strong, independent woman. Because men's mental health isn't fucking real. So you know what I mean? Like, it's okay. If a man does it, it's horrible. But if a woman does it, it's acceptable because it's empowering. And who gives a shit about what a man feels?
Yeah.
God damn it, Joey.
Look, I watched it too. Okay, I'm sorry, but we're done now. I think we've talked about everything.
Anyway, so what was our kill count, Joey?
I got 5. You know, we had her die at the very beginning. We had the what was the other guy? Oh, the doctor got killed off, and then the George, and then Sharon Stone's character, and then my attention span.
That's one kill, though. That's one kill.
Yeah, so that's 5.
Yeah, it's all one kill. It's one.
Whatever.
It's all one attack. This movie was one whole attack.
That's fair.
So what about our bingo?
So bear in mind that I I was having a hard time keeping my attention on the movie.
I will. I did see a product placement. Her clock was
So-
an RCA clock. So
Yeah, product placement we had, comic logic, obviously, unexplainable science, inability to control powers, a talking trope because of the purring while she was talking and shit, and sexual innuendo.
all right,
And hero kills.
she didn't kill. Well, no, she did. She
She
killed
killed Sharon Stone.
She killed my attention span. No, she tried to save her. She pushed her out the window and then tried to save her. And then Sharon
Her
Stone
CGI killed.
No. Sharon Stone saw her face in the reflection and realized, "What the fuck am I doing in this movie?" and killed herself.
That's fair. But she also
Yeah.
killed my boner. So
Okay, fair. All right, so that's another kill. That's 6 kills.
6 kills now.
All right, we're
all
moving
right,
on.
let's hear about the CGI, Chuck. Our Spawn Cape continuum.
Look, I don't even begin to know where to start with.
Yeah,
this.
there's no continuum in this. It's just dead.
There's no. I mean, it all like the CG is very clearly CG. There was some that was okay because they did those like quick cutaway blur shots
Mhm.
to try to cover some of it up. Like when she first shows up to stop the robbers, which was probably the most accurate thing I've seen in a comic book movie, where the robbers are just like, fuck this bitch, let's just smoke her and just start opening fire the minute she started talking, because she also was making cat puns. So it's just like, yeah, fucking waste this bitch. She's
I
clearly
shot her
not
too. I mean,
yeah, we got shit to do. So when she was like climbing up the walls and stuff was all right, but like, why did you have to CG her walking? Why was there so much CG like
Everywhere.
CGI? It doesn't make any sense. It did not make any
It wasn't
sense.
just her. Apparently, according to some of the stuff, it was a lot of people. It just wasn't her.
Oh yeah, they CGI'd a whole lot of this movie. Like there's so many parts where it was like, well, I mean, I guess we could have the actors do this, but what if we just like made the CGI just look that much shittier by making them do everyday mundane things that we can't actually make CGI do properly, and then just put it all together. It's perfect.
Do you
What
guys
you tell me
think
is
they're
that
going to do it to
AI
get out of having to pay people? Was that the
Well,
theory?
I mean, it's what they're doing
Maybe.
now, so why not start it 2 decades before?
Yeah, before anybody was really catching on.
On a movie that nobody cared about.
The whole theory of the Spawn Key Continuum is, does it hold up to today's standards? No. So, like, I don't know, 4 out of 4 billion? Like, it was not good. I thought the stuff in Blade 2 was better. You know what I mean? Like, at least that I could tell wasn't CG.
Which was what, 4 years before that?
Yeah.
No, 2 years before that. Blade 2 is in 2002, right?
The stuff in The Mummy was fantastic, and that was 1999. You know what I mean?
Sure,
Like,
yeah. But we've already talked about how once
Are
we
we
hit
ever going to
2000,
for this? We should.
Starts getting bad. No, we already talked about that too. I said no. In like 2000 is when like the CGI, they just went full CGI and everything just became shit.
I forgot this was a dictatorship here.
Yep, exactly. It's my show. Fuck off.
Go listen to Blade.
Can't
2.
spell
Check the
dictator without
archives.
Joseph Janero.
Yeah.
Joseph Stalin Janero, I believe is his middle name. Yes. Go check the archives. Blade 2 just recently came out, and I was listening to it while I was mowing the lawn. And yeah, Ron also asks if we're going to watch The Mummy in that episode too. And then I literally go, he literally asked you, Ron, you asked that every episode. And he's every time it says no, because it's not based off a comic book. Even though we found one.
Not the same thing.
Whatever. Monster.
I mean, I should know better. I still haven't gotten to see Willow yet, so.
Exactly.
That's rude.
So I guess it's time for our scores. Chuck, what you got?
I don't know, man. What did I give Steel?
You gave Steel.
Hold on, gotta find it.
You gave Steel a -0.
No, just a 0.
Did I give it a 0?
-0. Yeah. Yes, you did.
I'm gonna give this.
So okay. Normally I don't allow negatives. I will allow negatives for this.
No.
movie.
I'm not gonna get. I won't break the system now.
Okay.
Here's my theory. I'm gonna give it a 0.01, and here's why. Steel still lives rent free in my brain, of just the pure amount of anger that I have for watching that movie. Nothing about it was good for me. I'm never gonna think about this movie ever again. I'm just like, it does not hold, like, I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't give a shit about this movie. I never will give a shit about this movie ever again. Like, I have no reason to ever watch it ever again. I hate Halle Berry. She's like, now, I don't really know if I ever really did like her, but I definitely didn't like her after this. But this movie doesn't, I have no reason to ever view this again. But for some reason, Steel will just sit in my brain, just sits there. And so, like, it deserves the 0 that it got. I'm giving this a 0.01 because it's not going to live rent free in my brain. It is still probably worse. I will say it's still probably worse than Steel. But
100%.
but I knew this was bad. You know what I mean? Like, I knew that this was going to be a bad movie, and it still fucking didn't meet my expectations.
That's okay. Ron?
No, that's fully fair.
Yeah.
So obviously this movie was garbage. Like, not even polished garbage where they were trying to pretend it was good. It was just trash. And there was no plot. There was no character development, no story development, no redeemable nakedness. I gave it a 0.05.
0.05. Okay.
Yeah. Because while Steel may live rent-free in Chuck's head. I would actually watch Steel again instead of watching this movie.
If I had to choose between the two, I think I would still watch this.
I thought you were going to say you'd pick a bullet, but
well, yeah, accurate. Yeah, actually, there's only one way out, and that's with a bullet, man. If I had 2 bullets, Steel, Catwoman, I would shoot myself twice in the head.
Double tap, gotta make sure.
Yeah, just double tap, just make sure. But like the only thing is like, yeah, I am thinking a little bit with Ron. Like Halle Berry does look like, even in CG, still is attractive. There's nothing attractive in Steel for me. There's nothing that I can think of my penis in Steel. At least this, I can just be like, oh right, well, I do know what her boobs look like because of Swordfish, so that's okay. I do know what it looks like when she's taken, getting banged out by Billy Bob Thornton in Monsters Ball. You know what I mean? Like, so I can still associate other things. I can't do that with Steel. I haven't seen Shaq's sex tape. You know what I mean? So like, it's like, what am I supposed to do?
Have you never heard the joke about from, I think it actually might have been Adam Sandler, where he's like, I was supposed to go backstage and meet Shaq, and I tried to, sneak in there, and his security guard stopped me, this big bold dude, and it turns out that it wasn't a security guard, it was just his dick.
That's accurate. That's good enough.
Nice. Anywho, Joey,
I'm surprised that's an Adam Sandler joke. I feel like that.
Well, he's actually, I'm pretty sure he's friends with Adam Sandler, or he's friends with Shaq. Like, they've appeared in a few movies together.
Yeah, that just doesn't seem like much of an Adam Sandler. Like, Adam Sandler's not funny. That's a good joke. You know what I mean? Like,
well, he was funny in the 90s.
Well,
that's true. Before he became popular, he was actually fairly funny.
Yeah, his first album's great.
I'll give him Bulletproof. He's good in Bulletproof.
Bulletproof was a good movie. That was a lot of fun, actually.
That's kind of where... I mean, Billy Madison, but only because I thought it was funny when I was a kid and nostalgia. But if I watched that now, I wouldn't find it funny.
I'm pretty sure Billy Madison does not hold up. Happy Gilmore...
I didn't like Happy Gilmore.
No. Happy Gilmore has one important thing, and that's his happy place. The blonde in the fucking lingerie.
Oh, what's the name from that you guys always used to apologize to on the Elite 8 Showdown?
No, he's got Bob Barker.
No, it's
the woman. Her? She's in it? Oh, okay, that's her name.
Yeah, it's God. What's her name? From Modern Family.
Yeah, Modern Family.
Yeah,
she's in Modern Family.
I just
saw. Oh my God! Sorry, so and so. You actually are hot.
There was a clip on Instagram of her from Modern Family in her like bra and panties walking into
Julie Bowman.
There we go, Julie Bowman.
Yeah, Julie Bowman.
So hot.
Because
she was also in Hubie Halloween, which I love.
Oh, no, wasn't Hubie Halloween.
Dude, yeah, that's still I actually really.
She's still hot. Yeah,
she's still hot.
She is hot. That was the whole point. We bumped her out early, and it wasn't fair of us.
Anyway, so we're going into the weeds.
I'd have probably bumped her out early too. But what are we talking about?
Here, we were talking about my sport.
That's right. We were waiting on that, Joe.
You should be really angry because Ron gave it a 0.05 and he wasn't thinking with his penis, and you're actually a Catwoman fan. So like,
I'm a Selena Kyle Catwoman fan, not this Patience, wherever the fuck her name was.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, you should be the angriest here.
This is a movie. So I watched this. I was the only one out of the three of us that watched this before. I remember watching it and then wanting my money back that I didn't pay for. I wanted my hour and 40 minutes back. And then here I am watching it again, and now I am out. Was that 3 hours?
3 hours and 20 minutes.
Yeah, like I've lost time watching this movie twice. Never gonna watch this movie again, ever again. I have another podcast where I watch these DC movies, and I usually rewatch them before we record again. I'm not watching this again. This does not deserve another rewatch.
The photo that you have in the background, her teeth are like photoshopped.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
that's fucking weird.
Look at the Photoshop. All those cats in the very beginning in the opening.
Joey,
Photoshop.
Your fucking score.
I know. I give it a 0.1. Like
that's too generous.
I'm being very generous. Like I said, the only good thing I liked was the transition between CGI and her. I thought that looked good, but it's not great. Like nothing about this movie is great. This movie just sucks. Okay. So with our combined score, it gives us a 0.05, which is our lowest movie at this moment. Is number 70 out of 70.
Captain America 2, right?
Captain America 2 was at a 1.01.
Would you rather watch Captain America 2 or this over?
Captain America 2 any day.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, look. Captain America 2 had one great thing in it, and that was Christopher Lee.
Yes, 100%. Okay. Red Sonja is just above Captain America, and I'd watch that over Catwoman.
Yeah,
oh, I don't know. Yeah, I guess because at least I got Arnie again. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
even though it wasn't Conan, but it was still
it
Arnie.
wasn't Conan. It was whoever.
So yeah, this
bullshit.
Rightfully the worst comic book movie I've ever seen. It's atrocious. Kept that spot. Thank God.
Especially after this was 2004, so Spider-Man 2 had just come out.
Spider-Man 2, I believe.
No, that was 6.
Spider-Man 2 was
04. Oh, 04, yeah, that's right. Spider-Man was 02.
Punisher was 04. Blade Trinity was 04. I don't have the dates for those yet because I didn't write down.
Right, but Spider-Man,
but
arguably fucking revolutionized comic book movies.
100%. Well, yes, yeah, sort of.
Well, I mean, it made it cool to go to the theaters and want to watch a superhero movie.
Spider-Man definitely was one of those films of holy crap, this is actually a comic book movie.
Yeah, this
Don't get me wrong. X-Men was good, but they didn't have the costumes. Batman and Superman, fine, but we hadn't had a good one for years, and we were just on the cusp of Batman Begins, which arguably could have reinvigorated people's love for Batman.
Yeah.
In the movies, I mean. But yeah, Daredevil is by this time Daredevil's out and another comic accurate costume. I know.
And honestly, a lot of people shit on Daredevil, but it did good in the theaters.
It did.
Daredevil wasn't terrible.
It's not the worst. I actually blame Colin Farrell for a lot of that, but
well, and Daredevil's one of those where I've heard that the director's cut is better, which I've never seen. Which again, it's gonna be one of those where I'm not gonna make you guys watch.
I've seen the regular one a lot, so I might try to hunt down the director's cut because I am curious to see what's different about it.
Yeah, I haven't watched Daredevil in forever, and we'll get into that next year. It's gonna be one of our movies, beginning of the year.
It doesn't hold up.
So I'm sure it probably doesn't. But
well, you know what it does though? It does do this really well. It does. It does a good job of showing the other version, the more cocky, silly, goofy version of Matt Murdock, the 70s, 80s version, before Frank Miller went in and made him dark and gloomy Batman.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So it does that, but the movie can't decide which version of him they want.
It jumps back and forth. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's that's where it loses it.
Because apparently at this time you needed to have both a serious protagonist and a funny protagonist.
Yeah.
Together, and Daredevil's a perfect example of you only got one protagonist, so you got to make both of those mediums together. And again, it's been a while since I've seen it.
It's literally when Elektra's on screen, he's goofy. When she's not on screen, he's serious. And that's why it didn't work.
And you can even throw this in here with this movie, when
she is with in Daredevil's defense, though. When women are around me, I'm way more goofy than when I'm by myself.
Fair. But I mean, I'll say when she is with the Detective Lone, she's happy, she's goofy, she's having a fun time. And when she is in the Catwoman persona, it's all serious, and I gotta take care of everything. It doesn't work. You need to have there needs to be a separation of characters. It can't be the same character doing it all. So anyway, that is our score. That's Catwoman. God, we talked an hour for this, but I know we just shat on it the entire time, which is great.
And shat on a turtle.
So that being said, Chuck, where can they find you on the internet?
You can find me over on Instagram and TikTok, Kicked Out of the Hood, No Eating Kicked. You can find my kitchen blog, or not kitchen blog, but kitchen TikTok stuff at Kicked Out of the Kitchen, No Eating Kicked. Just at time of recording, so at the time this airs, it's been a little bit. I just did a little series of making fermented hot sauce. And I just tasted it today, and it's phenomenal. It's pretty much me recipe crafting in real time, so you can go along with that. Actually, probably by the time this comes out, I may be just finally. It's coming out in a month.
End of October. Yeah. No, I'm sorry. End of September. My bad.
End of September. So yeah, I'll have the 2-week fermented one up at that point. So go check that out, and I will hopefully, by the time this comes out, have the recipe up. Link will be in the bio, so you can check out the recipe, because I believe in sharing great information with people and not having you have to read an entire life story just to get to the recipe. So
we appreciate that. We really do appreciate that.
Those are always fun. I have to scroll like 5 minutes before I can get to the
It's ridiculous. I
like the ones that have the little button that says skip to the recipe.
Oh, I didn't know they actually had those. That's great.
Some of them do.
You got to pay for them, but
fuck that.
Do you? I've always gotten them for free.
Maybe you paid for it, you just didn't realize.
Literally, the reason why I subscribe to Bon Appetit, fuck Bon Appetit, by the way, but if I subscribe, the reason why is because I can use it as a tax write-off, because I use the recipes for my job, and literally the only reason. But also because they're direct and to the point.
Nice.
100%.
So that's called Boner Apple Tea?
Yeah, Bon Appetit. Yep, Boner Apple. But fuck them. They need to pay. They need to pay their creators, especially the women, equal pay. So fuck that. But they do have good recipes. So school pays for it. I don't know.
Ron, where can we find you?
You can find me good at this game, all one word, on TikTok, Instagram, probably other places. I'd give you my address, but fuck you guys. No.
I know it. Actually, I just know.
Post the PO box. Post the PO box. Let us send you stuff.
PO Box G, West Oneonta, New York. Some numbers.
PO Box G, West Oneonta, New York.
16803. I don't know. That could be wrong.
I don't remember. Fuck.
Look, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to get anything that goes there because they'd have to send it from New York to Indiana. So, actually, you know what you guys could send there? Copies of the Catwoman movie.
Buy every single copy and then send it to Tim. Yep. It's great.
PO Box. Good.
You guys can find this show on Twitter, Comic Rundown, on Instagram at Comic Book Rundown, on Threads at Comic Book Rundown. Both of those are combined with my other show, A Walk to the Multiverse, because I didn't want to have two separate ones. You can email us, comicbookrundown@gmail.com. Rate and review us on your podcasting app of choice. If you do, we'll read it on an upcoming episode, maybe. Who knows? You can go find our merch over on Redbubble and TeePublic, and our song was done by Cam, formerly one half of the Sex Turtles and formerly of Wreck My Podcast.
And possibly a doctor by now.
Possibly
who knows?
A doctor. Who knows? Okay, so
our next movie. So this is a movie that's been on our list for a while. It's been bumped a few different times because apparently I'm a dick. I don't know. But because it is Ron's birthday, yes,
we'll be watching Weird Science.
Yeah, get fucked.
No, we're finally getting Willow. Happy birthday.
What? I am okay. So I'm actually glad this finally came up.
Okay.
We're watching Willow. I hope that this is the same I hope I have the same reaction to this movie, which I'm probably already setting myself up for disappointment. But I really hope I'm having the reaction to this movie as I did for Princess Bride. I remember everybody loving Princess Bride, me being like, I'm not going to fucking watch this movie. It looks fucking stupid. I don't care if Andre the Giant's in it, this and anything else. And then I think it was like right when Disney Plus started or something, I was just like, oh, Princess Bride. Everyone talks about how great this fucking movie is. And I sat down and I watched it, and I was pleasantly surprised at how much I loved it. Like, it was just a good movie, right?
Mel Brooks wrote that movie.
I know. That's why I was shocked, because I'm not a
Love that
Mel
movie.
Brooks guy.
Oh,
I've
really?
never really nothing. Here's the thing. I'm sure if I had watched him and enjoyed anything that he made, I probably would have. But all of my shitlord friends love History of the World Part 2 and just told me every single joke.
I've
they
never seen it.
loved that movie.
I still haven't watched Part 2. I watched Part 1.
Oh,
finally.
Part 2 is the one they just recently made, isn't it?
Yeah, the series.
Yeah.
No, the movie History of the World
Part
Part 2.
No, the movie's Part 1.
No, it's called Part 2.
No, the series is called Part 2. The movie is called Part 1, and that was the joke because he never came out with Part 2.
It was under the impression it's the other way around.
Nope.
History of the World Part 2. History of the World. They definitely changed the name.
No, it's always been Part 1. Always. And I just watched Part 1 earlier this year, late last year, for the first time.
Okay, so literally I was today years old, because I was always told it was called History of the World Part 2, and the whole joke was that they never made a Part 1.
Oh, gotcha. No,
I've literally never. I also have never seen History of the World, so you know what I mean.
It's one of those movies where I'm sure if I had watched it when I was younger,
it would have been a lot funnier if we would have watched it as kids.
Appreciated it more, sure. Like I do Blazing Saddles or Robin Hood Men in Tights or Young Frankenstein.
Young Frankenstein is still funny. I don't give
a fuck. That's what I'm saying. Like I watched those when I was younger, and I appreciate it more now.
I don't like Gene Wilder, so I don't like Young Frankenstein.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't like him. He freaked me out in Willy Wonka so much that I just never liked him in anything else.
That's fair.
I don't think Blazing Saddles is funny. It's just like, I don't know, it just doesn't do it for me. It's too offensive. It's too offensive. Yeah.
It is way. I watched it.
Okay, so look, you had to watch it when you were still in your family phase where your family was kind of racist, so it was funny to you.
Which is,
or maybe that's just me.
I mean, super fair. Super fair.
Because but I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
And same with Robin Hood Men in Tights doesn't hold up, because they definitely make a lot of commentary of like the Rodney King stuff. Like that's what they were like of that era.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's still good. What the fuck is beeping in my ear? Sorry. It's still good. Like I still like it, but it's not as good.
Dude, the part where he pumps up his shoes is fucking hilarious. Hold on a second, bad guys. I have got to get pumped.
I've got to get some air.
That's right.
All right, home.
Because I remember when they made those shoes.
Right. Say I had some.
I had some, but they were secondhand shoes.
Yeah.
Well, mine were secondhand. I got them at a garage sale, and the little things were popped, so you couldn't actually put air in them. So they just went every time you stepped in water.
That's fun. So I think I've said this before. I have never seen Willow, so I will be. Well, let me rephrase that. I've never seen Willow all the way through. I've seen parts here and there, but I've never seen the whole movie start to finish. So it will be interesting. I know that they had the sequel on Disney
Garbage.
Plus. That is
garbage.
Now, well, you don't have to worry about it. It's gone. They took it off. So
that's because it was garbage. They didn't like nothing that it was anything to do with the movie itself, and it was just a cheap play for nostalgia and a cash grab. It was basically a cash grab, and it was disappointing.
Well, I wouldn't say. Well,
even the characters they brought back weren't even the characters from the movie that they had originally played. They were, I mean, don't get me wrong. Jesus, I can't even think of his name. Willow Davis Warwick Davis came back as Willow, but the Willow that he played was like a sad, pathetic version of the Willow that he was.
Oh, so he's Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, exactly. They're just shitting on all of George Lucas's
look,
IPs.
hold on. Now, I actually appreciate the sad, annoying Luke Skywalker.
I liked bitter old Luke. Jedi. Like bitter old man Luke actually was a lot of fun.
See, I didn't like any of those movies, so I don't know.
Whew, okay, so again,
We'll get there when we get there.
I think we will make next year a Star Wars year, and we'll watch one every month.
Okay, we're watching them.
Yeah, we got to be getting towards the end of, we got to be getting towards the end of like animated stuff, right?
God no.
Yeah, I know. That was a hilarious joke.
We
good joke.
Yeah, I think if anything, we are. Let's see, our closest to end will be. Well, actually, it would be the animated stuff because we're in 07 for that stuff, while we are in 02.
Yeah, but we're starting to hit where like every month there was a new Batman movie. Like,
sure.
Yeah, like which like I'm excited for that. I've been holding off like watching like Gotham by Gaslight and like a bunch of other like in like. So I think
Batman's all about gaslighting. Like it doesn't even.
Fuck you.
So here's the thing: a lot of those like newer animated stuff you can watch because it's going to be years before we get to them. So you can watch them now, forget about them, and then we'll get back to them in a couple years. So anyway,
but I am excited for all. I'm excited for good stuff because you've been watching us watch a bunch of garbage, man.
Sure, we gotta get through the garbage to get the gold. You know, it's just how it is.
I guess the question that I want to prompt for next time is especially after we watch Willow, because this was like the 80s,
88.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so 88. So Willow was 88. Arguably, this is like a weird good year, but also horrible year for movies, right? Because like action movies are like not the best, but some of the best movies came out in the 80s. So like
earlier 80s, yeah.
Also, I didn't actually get to finish. So like I loved Princess Bride. So I am optimistic, cautiously optimistic that I'm going to like this movie. However,
have you seen it before?
Never seen it before.
Okay.
Because so many people, like I only knew a few people who actually liked this movie. One of them being my accounting teacher in college, who named their kid after one of the characters in the movie, and I fucking hated her. So it made me hate this
was
movie.
the kid's name Mad Mardigan?
No, I don't remember what the kid's name. Like I don't remember.
Because that would have been fucking hilarious.
No, I think they named her. I think she named her daughter
Saoirse?
after. Yes. Yeah, that's what it was. Anyway, fuck this.
Anywho.
All right, everybody. Thank you all for listening. Hopefully we saved you from watching a shitty movie, but come back for a potentially better movie.
Well, yeah, do that. Also, go watch the Twisted Metal series on Peacock. It's really fantastic. And then come over and talk to me.
Is Peacock free?
On the internet.
No, yeah.
It's like it's the cheapest one. It's like $5 a month or something like that.
There is a free option, but I don't think Twisted Metal is in the free option.
Yeah, it's because it's an exclusive, so it's behind the paywall. I'll hook you up, buddy. Don't worry.
Peacock actually has a lot. Emily watches the soccer on there all the time, so I'm.
They have live stuff. Yeah, you got to deal with a good amount of commercial breaks if you pay for the $5.
Yes, the European. Yes, I am talking about football.
Okay,
but football. Anyway,
they have like all they have like all the USA stuff. Like it's anything that was under CNBC or NBC, whatever.
They got a lot of stuff there. That's good. They had the Psych movies on there, plus Psych itself. So and I did like that show.
That's accurate. Yeah, it was good.
Anyway, see y'all later.